Hello, everyone. In this podcast, let us talk about what all other tools you should be learning. In fact, Atlassian tools that you should be learning if you are planning to become an Atlassian expert, or if you are maybe thinking of changing your career and you think that learning some Atlassian tools will probably help you. So, the most important tool is, of course, Jira. And if you have been following me, my blog, my videos, my podcast, you can probably imagine that I love working on Jira. I like it as a tool. It's a great tool. You can do a lot of things with it. It actually solves a lot of your problems. And of course, there is a learning curve depending upon what exactly you want to do with it. But apart from Jira, you also have some other tools, especially from Atlassian. And if you are planning or if you are here, maybe in the field of Atlassian, or maybe you want to switch to Atlassian tools, and maybe you want to become an expert, or maybe a consultant, or maybe you're just wondering whether you should be bothered about learning some other tools from Atlassian. So in this podcast, I will talk about two such applications or tools. The first Atlassian tool, apart from Jira, that you should ideally be learning is Confluence, which is nothing but a knowledge base. It is a wiki. People use it for collaboration. People use it for basically storing information. And the good thing about Confluence is that it actually works really well with Jira. Both the tools, Jira and Confluence, can be linked to each other. They are very tightly integrated if you want to link them, if you want to use them together. For example, if you want to display your Jira reports in a Confluence page, you can do that. Or maybe if you want to refer to an article, maybe within your Jira issues, or maybe tickets in your help desk, you can also do the same thing. So you have this two-way integration of both the tools. And if apart from Jira, you have a good knowledge, or apart from, of course, the user knowledge, you also know how to do some basic administration on Confluence, then I think it will really add value to your profile in case you are thinking of making your career in Atlassian tools, or maybe you want to work as a consultant. Then definitely I would say that learning Confluence skills will really help you. And apart from Confluence, I also believe that you can also explore Bitbucket as well, especially if you are given this responsibility of deploying Atlassian tools like Jira, maybe Confluence in a software development environment. Then it is always good to have a knowledge of Bitbucket. Bitbucket is nothing but your code repository manager. You can actually, integrate it with other Atlassian tools like Jira. And again, when it comes to Jira and Bitbucket, they have a very tight integration. And Bitbucket is very important because when you are doing development, of course, you are using Jira for doing development, and of course, you're writing code. And in case you're using Git, then with the help of this integration, you can do a lot of interesting things. For example, you can refer to your code or repositories in your Jira issues, or maybe while you're working on your code, for example, as a developer, you know that you have to deliver something, you know that you have to fix a bug, then you can simply refer your Jira issue key in your commit messages, and while you are doing your commit, while you push your code, or maybe whenever you do anything with the code repository, you can do few things with Jira as well. For example, you can update your Jira issues by simply using commit messages. You can also update the status of your Jira issues, and uh, the workflow, the development workflow. For example, you first commit your code, then maybe, and in fact, even before you commit your code, you may want to first, of course, create a pull request. Then you, of course, do your commits. Then you push the code back, and maybe you want someone to review it, and finally when you merge the code back, you basically want your Jira issue to be always up to date with whatever happening. And doing these things in the code repository is necessary, and you have to do it, but updating Jira ticket at the same time can be cumbersome. But when you have this integration, you can do these things automatically. It depends on how you configure it. But the important point here is that if you are considering learning Atlassian tools, then I think apart from Jira, Confluence and Bitbucket should be in your list, and you should have at least, I would say, I mean, you don't need to know everything, but at least if you know how to integrate these two tools and you know more or less what all you can do out of the box natively, then I think that is good enough. But especially Confluence is a tool that people use almost daily. You may be just using Jira for your issue tracking, and maybe you're not really doing any software development. You can still integrate Jira, and you can still uh, do this native integration of Jira and Confluence. And you can have like reportings, or you can probably do your discussions in your Confluence, and you have some tickets or issues linked in your Jira application. So this is basically I wanted to share in this podcast, that learning Confluence and Bitbucket apart from Jira will really help you. And if you are maybe looking for a job, or you're thinking that learning Atlassian tools will probably give you a push in your career, or maybe it will give you some extra edge, or some benefit, then definitely consider learning Jira, Confluence, and Bitbucket. So I hope you enjoyed listening to this podcast, and have a nice day. Bye.